Hey there, welcome to Beat the Bookie. I'm Ben Shulman, and today is an extra special Sweet 16 edition of BTB, where I'll take you through the 4 regions and make picks on every game remaining. And hey, I might make you a little bit of money along the way, so thanks so much for tuning in. Before I tell you my picks though, let's take a look at how Jaron did last time. Not great, a 279 loss. I'm going to call it a win because we didn't lose that much. We had some fun along the way. And frankly, as we look in on our standings, Jared deserves some credit. I mean, he's top half right now. The bookie has been whipping our tail so much this semester, but don't worry, we're going to switch that around. The exchange is here to make it look like Canadian dollars are in your bank account by the end of the day. Let's get to the bracket. We're going to start in the top left with the West region, and we begin with the #1 overall seed, Gonzaga, going up against Arkansas. I haven't been inspired by either of these teams recently, to be honest, but there are few things surer in college basketball than the Gonzaga offense. I got the over for an alternate total of 85.5 at 114, and I'm slamming $15 on the Bulldogs. More than half of Gonzaga's point totals this year landed at 86 or higher. And with an 82-point game versus Memphis, the math is simple. It would say that the next game should be 86 or higher. Not to mention the near loss could be the scare Gonzaga needs to go out and really just demolish something. Let's head to the other West matchup now. Duke, Texas Tech, maybe the best game we got so far in the tournament. So I'm going to give you some bonus picks. We start with a parlay, Duke money line at -102 and Duke spread at +1. $15 to win 41-71. I was looking at taking the Blue Devil money line anyway, to be honest, so I figured I'd double down, see if I could get some extra grub. I want some for you too, but let's not kid ourselves. This Texas Tech team is good. They just barely got through this Notre Dame team. I mean, if Blake Wesley doesn't make 3 terrible hero ball plays, Notre Dame beats them, and I don't think this is the end of Mike Krzyzewski's career this week. The music will continue for Coach K into the Elite 8, and while he's going to stay alive, he'll also need his ACC leading offense to score. Another bonus pick, Duke's offense chugging this year through the good and bad. It's a brutal defensive matchup, but I think the Blue Devils can overcome it. I have 10 on Duke for over 71.5 for +146. Another alternate. The Red Raiders are almost immortal, but they're near immortal on defense. Providence and Kansas scored that total this year in regulation, and Duke has barely ever gone under that total, just once in this past month. I like Duke hitting the over. From Coach K to his rival Tar Heels, we head to the East region now as UNC and UCLA battle thanks to North Carolina's stunning upset of the defending champs Baylor. I got UNC on a +2.5 spread for $10. UCLA last round versus St. Mary's was pretty good, but they fell or almost nearly fell to Akron in the round of 64. UNC, meanwhile, has played really well recently despite its closing issues last game. I know you're a little bit scared, but the Tar Heels have only lost once in their last 9 games. I like North Carolina to keep it close as the underdog seed and potentially upset UCLA. All right, the next in the East region is maybe the most anticipated game of the tournament, St. Peter's versus Purdue. And you know what I did? I did it. I did it, and I don't care what people think. There's no logic I need to give you. I don't have to give you anything. That's not what this pick is about. This pick is about believing in miracles. In the movie The Other Guys, Mark Wahlberg exclaims, "I'm a peacock, you gotta let me fly." I got the Peacocks flying to the Elite 8 for $5 on a 6-10 money line. Let's ride. All right. Whew. Scroll up to the South region and you'll find a marquee matchup between Arizona and Houston. They may be 1 and 5 seeds respectively, but KenPom has this as the #2 and 3 teams in the entire country battling on Thursday. I love Houston's scrappy offensive rebound game, but Benedict Mathurin is on another planet right now, averaging 25 over his last 3 games. I have $10 on Arizona money line for -126. Not the sexiest pick, but to get every game, we got to go for some 1-seed money lines every once in a while. Moving to their potential Elite 8 opponent, surprise 11-seed Michigan joined the Sweet 16 party. The Wolverines have been brilliant in victories over Colorado State and Tennessee, but I gotta say, I think the boat stops now. I have Villanova covering 5 points here for $10. Heard someone recently describe the Wildcats as a hard-nosed, run-centric football team, and it was because they play such good defense that when they open up a lead, it's incredibly difficult to close the gap. The Wildcats won 24 of their 28 games this year by 5 or more points, using that combo of three-point shooting and suffocating defense, including their last 2 tournament dubs. Expect Michigan's magic to run out in this one. All right, one last region to cover. We head down the bracket to the Midwest, where Providence has somehow won games by more than 5 points. Congratulations. Twice in a row for the Friars, who now match up with the #1 seed in Kansas. The Jayhawks did struggle a bit against Creighton in the last round, but turned a late first half deficit into a 7-point win. I like them to do one better and cover 7.5 points versus the Friars for $10. Look, Providence has played average basketball with great late game stretches this year, but eventually a more skilled team will get them. That team is Kansas. All right, final pick of the show. We have a double-digit duel in the Midwest. Iowa State and Miami, guaranteed Cinderella in the Elite Eight. I love it. But I came on this network on No Pulp recently and sang the praises of the ACC and Miami specifically ahead of the tournament. I can't quit now. Give me Miami money line at -140 for $15. In true Larrañaga-Boeheim doppelganger fashion, Larrañaga's team is streaking as of late with 5 wins in their last 6 games. The only loss was by 4 to Duke, too, in the ACC semi. On the other side, Iowa State, they have some wins, averaging fewer than 52 points per game in the month of March. Little chance that they can keep up with the Hurricanes' dynamic guard trio of Moore, Wong, and McGusty, who nearly average 50 per game alone. All right, let's push on the brakes. That was a lot of picking there, so let's go around the horn on it one more time before I get out of here. In the West, I got Gonzaga over 85.5. I have Duke +1 and the money line parlayed versus Texas Tech, plus Duke over 71.5. In the East, I have UNC and the points against UCLA, and your favorite Cinderella's favorite Cinderella, St. Peter's, money line versus Purdue. In the South, Arizona money line over the Cougs of Houston, and Villanova covering against Michigan. And in the Midwest, Kansas covers against Providence, and Miami beats Iowa State. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed my picks. That will do it, but you can follow along with the picks as the tourney goes on and tune into next week's episode for the results. But thanks so much to the head man, Braden Reed, and the entire Beat the Bookie crew. I'm Ben Shulman. Have a good day.